Home and away arrivals and departures. Who's saying goodbye in 2025? Home and Away is set to shake up its cast early next year. With a series of new arrivals, a couple of potential departures, and some old favorites set to return. Each year, we typically get a number of new characters arriving in Summer Bay. While we're forced to say goodbye to some much-loved favorites, 2024 has been quite light on changes to the regular cast. But we've said a heartbreaking goodbye to Felicity Newman, and welcomed new regular character Abigail Fowler. We've welcomed a number of guest characters, including Valerie, famous actress Stevie Marlowe and director Nelson earlier in the year. In more recent months, we've welcomed Marley's brother Iluka, fraudster Bronte, Eden and Levi's father Jimmy, and Riverboys Rory and Dingo. We've also seen Tane take new arrival Perry under his wing, as the troubled teen escaped the clutches of his abusive father Carl. Perry made his first appearance on Australian screens on Wednesday the 10th of July, and was confirmed as a long-term guest. His final episode is expected to air down under next week. 2025 will continue the trend, and a number of new faces are set to grace the shores of Summer Bay in the new year. While a couple of favourites are rumoured to be saying goodbye for good. Dean and Ziggy to return. As we revealed earlier this week, Dean Thompson and Ziggy Astoni are set to make a surprise return to Home and Away in 2025. The pair left Summer Bay back in March 2023 as they moved to Queensland to be closer to Dean's ex-girlfriend Amber and son Jai, after Amber secured herself a new job thousands of miles away from the Bay. Mackenzie paid the pair an off-screen visit earlier this year, where she nervously revealed to brother Dean that she was now dating Levi, who had left loving wife Imogen to be with her. Despite her nerves that Dean wouldn't approve of the relationship, he gave her his blessing. The show has now announced that the pair are to return in 2025. In special scenes filmed in Queensland, and this week we discovered that their return will involve the River Boys. More on that below. Ziggy gave birth to baby Izzy shortly before their departure, but it's possible that there'll be another young Astoni Thompson by the time we catch up with the pair next year. In an interview with the Daily Telegraph Confidential, Patrick said, "I think it'll be good to see where Dean is now, where they're at now with their babies living away in Queensland," suggesting that Dean and Ziggy may have had a second baby since we last saw them. Xander believed to be saying goodbye. Xander Delaney is believed to be departing Summer Bay next year. Actor Luke Van Oz hasn't been seen filming at Palm Beach for a number of months, prompting fans to speculate that he left the show at the end of his 3-year contract. Many of the cast took advantage of a recent filming break to travel, but the majority have since returned to set to resume filming. Luke Van Oz, however, still appears to be abroad, with his Instagram stories revealing that he is currently in Colombia, having spent the past couple of months traveling across South America. Xander arrived on screens in episode 7759, which aired on Aussie screens on the 31st of March 2022. So if he is leaving, then his final scenes would likely air in March 2025. Rose Delaney set to leave Summer Bay. Following in Xander's footsteps, it seems that his sister Rose is also set to leave Summer Bay in the new year. Just a couple of weeks ago, on the 9th of October, fan of the show Belinda Sinclair witnessed Kirsty Marilia filming what appeared to be Rose's departure scene, and posted a video to the Home and Away Spoilers and Info Facebook group. The scene in question saw Rose driving out of the Bay as Irene, Kirby and Bree ran up to her, causing her to come to a stop. After Rose stepped out of the car, Irene could be heard saying, "There you go, love," as she handed over a leaving gift. Rose then hugged the trio one by one, before getting back in the car and continuing her drive out of the Bay. Kirby shouts, "Go get M, detective," prompting cheers from the others. As Rose drives off, they shout, "We love you, drive safe." As Rose drives away, Remy walks up behind her farewell party, and gives her one final wave as he shouts, "See ya, Rose." With Rose currently working as a senior constable in Yabby Creek Police Station, could a promotion to detective see her move to the city to pursue her dreams? Rose arrived in Summer Bay one episode later than her brother Xander, in episode 7760, which aired on Aussie screens on the 4th of April 2022. The River Boys are back again. We've only just seen the back of the last batch of River Boys, as Rory and Dingo were carted off after Cash made it his mission to bring down the gang. Yet while their leader may be behind bars, it hasn't weakened the rest of the gang, and it was recently revealed that the entire Mangrove River police force was being disbanded and redeployed elsewhere, as they lost their battle with the boys. Now, the infamous Mangrove River gang are set for another return to Summer Bay. A post uploaded to TikTok by an actor named Rob showed him alongside fellow actor Adam Peck, with the caption, "The Home and Away River Boys are back." In another post on the 7th of October, Rob wrote, "It's a early morning sick shoot at Summer Bay film crew are unlosing sick. I'm back as one of the River Boys getting ready with wardrobe department." In the last few days, Patrick O'Connor confirmed that the River Boys are set to return as part of Dean and Ziggy's new storyline. In an interview with the Daily Telegraph Confidential, Patrick revealed, "There's a bit of River Boy action. There's a bit of road trips with them. The River Boys have been spotted filming at Sydney's Palm Beach, which doubles for Summer Bay, but Dean and Ziggy's guest stint is set to be filmed in northern Queensland. So it's not yet known how the two will link together." Lacy arrives. A publicly available audition video has revealed the existence of a character named Lacy, who is expected to hit screens in the first half of next year. The audition sees Lacy talking to a bad boy character, who has just been released after being arrested for his part in a brawl, though he's keen to point out that he was only watching a brawl. There's a big difference. The off-screen character asks Lacy if the new shipment of parts came in, to which she responds, "I dunno, do I look like your secretary?" The male character appears to be planning a race day, but runs into difficulties when one of the co-organizers lands himself in trouble after punching a cop. Lacy then offers her skills to take over running the day. Other character, "Miss me." Lacy, "About time. I was starting to think that they weren't going to let you out." Other character, "The grubs had nothing on me." Lacy, "What are you talking about? You were in the middle of a brawl when they showed up." Other character, "No, I was watching a brawl. There's a big difference." Lacy, "And the cops bought that." Other character, "Well, I'm here. Aren't I anyway? Did the new shipment of parts come in?" Lacy, "How am I supposed to know? I'm not your secretary." "Yeah, I think they're at the back." Other character, "There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it?" Lacy, "Will you at least tell me what happened to Mouse?" Other character, "Genius punched a cop. He's headed for prison. He can rot in there for all I care." Lacy, "What? I thought you guys were mates." Other character, "Well, I've got plenty of mates. What I don't have now is a driver, and we've got a race on tomorrow." Lacy, "Surely one of the boys could fill in." Other character, "They're useless. Mouse was a moron, but at least he knew how to drive." Lacy, "Well, why don't you do it?" Other character, "Because someone has to run the day. Who's gonna do that when I'm busy racing?" "You." Lacy, "Why not me?" "What, you don't think I could?" "Well." Other character, "Yeah, I reckon you could for sure." Lacy, "Good answer." Nerida Mullins arrives. At least two other mystery characters are set to debut next year, the first being Nerida Mullins, played by Ellie Gall. Ellie has previously starred in Seven's A Place to Call Home, and Network 10's comedy drama Puberty Blues, and most recently featured in movie Take My Hand. No details have been revealed on her character, and it isn't yet known whether she's a guest or a regular character. Dr. Liz Shaw arrives. Another new face is Dr. Liz Shaw, played by Mandy Bishop. Again, very little is known about the new character, but Mandy's CV states that she filmed with 3 different directors, suggesting that her character will appear across at least 3 blocks of episodes. Mandy has previously starred in Law & Order, Special Victims Unit, and is perhaps best known for playing the mum in 7/2's comedy drama Drop Dead Weird from 2017 to 2019. Rue returns. Rue left Summer Bay back in June, joining nephew Ryder on the cruise ship where he's been working since he left the bay in May 2022. Rue's departure marked the beginning of a lengthy on-screen break for the character. After wrapping up the filming at the end of January, Georgie Parker went straight into rehearsals for a new David Williamson play The Great Divide at Sydney's Ensemble Theatre, which ran from March to April. Then, in May, Georgie underwent her second hip replacement in the space of 6 years, a result of living with scoliosis, a curvature of the spine, since she was 13 years old. "I'm 3 weeks post-op," Georgie explained in an Instagram post at the beginning of June. "Recovery is going well and I've had the most brilliant support from my family, my workplace and my incredible friends. Practicing patience now while I heal so I can get back to work, baby." We believe that Georgie has now returned to the show, and will likely be back on Australian screens before the end of the year, with her return episodes airing in the UK around January-February. Recent Australian episodes have seen Alf struggling after a recent heart scare, which saw Bree freeze when treating him, putting his life at risk. Alf took a trip to Merimbula shortly after his health scare, but has been uncharacteristically quiet and sad since returning to the Bay, prompting Marilyn to call Rue and ask her to cut her trip short and return to Summer Bay to help cheer her father up. Irene returns. Similarly, Irene has been off-screen since early August, allowing Lynn McGranger time off to rehearse for and star in theatre production The Grandparents Club, which toured New South Wales, ACT and Victoria from May to August. Shortly after the tour concluded, Lynn underwent surgery to remove her thyroid gland, but a recent post on Instagram confirmed that she is now back on set after a few weeks of recuperation, and will be reappearing in the first few months of next year. "So happy to be back with these lunatics," she posted, tagging in fellow co-stars Ada Nicodemu and Shane Withington, who play Leah and John respectively. Ada commented, "So good to have you back my beautiful friend," while Emily Simons added, "Welcome back Linny."
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của Home and Away Spoiler Today. Xin chào.